In 1963, Abu Dhabi was just a small town by the sea. But the following 20 years brought a dramatic change. The rapid development was made possible through oil.
يسرني نيابة عن إدارة شركة أبو ظبي للعمليات البترولية البرية أدكو أن أرحب بكم.
On the 12th of December 1983, the Abu Dhabi Company for Onshore Oil Operations, ADCO, met the local and international press during the celebration of the company's 20 years of oil production.
المناطق البرية من جبل الظلة.
A very warm welcome to all of you, and particularly the overseas visitors. Thank you very much indeed for coming to Abu Dhabi and celebrating with ADCO this 20th anniversary of the first shipment of crude oil on December the 14th, 1963.
Currently, ADCO produces around 500,000 barrels of oil a day. But development plans give the potential for greatly increased production. The history of oil in Abu Dhabi dates back to January 1939, when the ruler of Abu Dhabi signed a concession agreement with a consortium of 6 companies called Petroleum Development Trucial Coast. Times in Abu Dhabi were hard. The contraction of the Gulf pearl industry in the 1930s and the restriction to shipping during the Second World War had harsh effects on the area. It was not until 1947 that the first geological teams began to study the deserts of Abu Dhabi. After the geologists came the seismic teams. Abu Dhabi's first oil well was spudded in at Ras Sada in 1950. It reached a depth of 13,001 feet, then a record for the Middle East, but proved to be dry. Seismic work and exploration drilling continued. During the following years, another 7 wells were drilled. But it wasn't until 1958 that oil was discovered in commercial quantities. The field was named Bab, and as work started to bring it into production, a pipeline was laid across miles of harsh desert to carry the crude oil to Jebel Dana, the site chosen for the export terminal. Jebel Dana has 2 important virtues. A small hill, the Jebel, provides an ideal site for storage of oil so that tankers can be loaded by gravity. And offshore, the sea is deep enough for even the largest tankers. While preparations for production went ahead, exploration work continued. In 1962, Abu Dhabi's largest oil field, Bu Hassa, was discovered. Although oil had been found in the desert, Abu Dhabi's city had yet to benefit from its riches. In 1962, Petroleum Development Trucial Coast changed its name to the Abu Dhabi Petroleum Company Limited. On the 14th of December 1963, the SO Dublin loaded the first cargo of Abu Dhabi oil, just over 250,000 barrels, bound for the Milford Haven refinery in Wales. And early in 1964, the ruler, Sheikh Shahbout bin Sultan Al Nahyan, inaugurated the Jebel Dana terminal to mark the beginning of Abu Dhabi's onshore oil production. Also present was his brother, Sheikh Zayed. With production underway, the company stepped up exploration. In 1965, the Asab field was discovered. The next year, the Shah field, and in 1967, Sahil. These are the 5 currently developed onshore fields of Abu Dhabi. On August the 6th, 1966, His Highness Sheikh Zayed became ruler of Abu Dhabi and began to put the increasing oil revenues to work. Building the first airport, new bridges and roads, building a new Abu Dhabi with the gardens that distinguish the city today. As Abu Dhabi developed, so did the company. It had set up a training center to offer Abu Dhabians the basis for further higher education abroad that would allow them to play a part in their country's future. With the development of the oil industry came changes in the structure of government. In 1968, Sheikh Zayed established a Department of Petroleum to oversee the oil companies and to monitor the production and export of oil. To head the department, he appointed one of Abu Dhabi's few university graduates, Mana Saeed Al-Ateba. In 1971, Abu Dhabi became independent and, together with 6 other emirates, Dubai, Sharjah, Ras Al Khaimah, Fujairah, Ajman and Al Quwain, formed the Federation of the United Arab Emirates. Its first president, who's held the post ever since, is Sheikh Zayed bin Sultan Al Nahyan. The new government took a direct holding in the oil industry through the new Abu Dhabi National Oil Company, ADNOC, taking a 25% share in 1973 and 60% of the concession a year later. In 1978, ADNOC's chairman, Sheikh Tahnoun, signed an agreement with ADPC shareholders to transfer responsibility for operating the concession to the newly established Abu Dhabi Company for Onshore Oil Operations. ADCO was born. At ADCO's impressive head office, the chairman of the board of directors, Sheikh Tahnoun, meets the senior management and discusses the company's activities and future development plans. ADCO has 7 shareholders. The government holds 60%, and a group of international oil companies, the original holders of the concession, share the other 40%. British Petroleum, Shell, the Compagnie Française de Pétrole, Exxon, Mobil and Partex. The board of directors holds regular meetings here, as do the specialist committees like this technical committee and the Joint Management Committee.
Assistant General Manager as Secretary of the Joint Management Committee. And I take it as your wish that that appointment should be approved.
From its headquarters, ADCO supervises Abu Dhabi's 5 onshore oil fields and plans its exploration, production and development programs. Although UAE citizens and other Arab nationals make up 3 nationalities now comprise the ADCO family. In Abu Dhabi city, as in all its oil fields and installations, ADCO provides excellent facilities for its staff and their families, from medical care to a whole host of leisure activities. All the oil fields are many miles from Abu Dhabi city, but all have road and air connections. At Asab, the discovery well was drilled in 1965, and in 1973 the field was brought into production. The oil is brought to the surface, measured, separated from its associated gas, and pumped along the pipeline to the export terminal at Jebel Dana. In Asab and other fields, water injection maintains pressure in the oil-bearing strata and increases recovery. Since the early days of exploration, life in the desert has become much more comfortable. Modern accommodation blocks, complete with excellent dining and sports facilities, have been built in every field. Each employee has a private room. Southwest of Asab is the Shah oil field. Shah came into production in 1983. It requires further development to bring it into line with facilities in other fields. Bu Hasa, the largest field, will itself soon achieve 20 years production. The aim of ADCO's operations at Bu Hasa and other fields is an enhanced oil recovery program, primarily by water injection. Bu Hasa has become virtually a town in its own right, with a constant flow of visitors and excellent facilities. "20 years ago, Bu Hasa was almost isolated in the desert. Today, a hard-top road links it to the other fields and to Abu Dhabi city. In the heart of the Bab field is Habshan. It was the first well to come on stream and is a main production center. Through here pass pipelines from ADCO's other fields to the export terminal, and also the pipeline leading to the Al-Na refinery near Abu Dhabi and the Ruwais refinery next to Jebel Dana. Another pipeline carries natural gas to feed electrical power stations in Abu Dhabi. The Ruwais complex, one of ADNOC's major projects, was inaugurated early in 1982 by Sheikh Zayed. Abu Dhabi's Crown Prince, Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed, was also present, as well as rulers and senior officials from the other 6 emirates. The Ruwais and Al Na refineries produce most of the fuels needed by Abu Dhabi. For all but the most specialized fuels, the UAE is now virtually self-sufficient in oil products. Only 20 years since Abu Dhabi became an exporter of crude oil, it is also an exporter of refined products. ADCO has continued to explore onshore and offshore in the shallow waters which form part of its concession. The company moved into new technology by using land drilling rigs on artificial islands. Here at Zubaia, a well was drilled on reclaimed land to test for an extension of a previously proved oil-bearing structure. Another artificial island was built at Hail, where drilling began in 1983. Offshore drilling has also been undertaken on the Butini shoals using a jack-up rig operated by a sister company, ADMA Opco. The objective of ADCO's exploration is to discover, every year, new reserves equal to the amount of oil produced. This ensures both the future of the company and of Abu Dhabi as a whole. In Bab, Buhassa and Asab, ADCO supplies the separated gas to Gasco, another member of the ADNOC group. Gasco is responsible for treating and liquefying associated gas. It also treats non-associated gas. Since Gasco began operating in 1981, associated gas is no longer flared off. Instead, it now contributes to the development of Abu Dhabi's petroleum industry. ADCO is a progressive company. Only 20 years ago, the first cargo of crude oil was loaded by the SOW. Now, some 270 tankers a year call to carry Abu Dhabi's Murban crudes to destinations throughout the globe. In 20 years, more than 8,000 tankers have loaded at Jebel Dana. Every tanker is a reminder of the vital contribution that oil makes to the economy of Abu Dhabi. "20 years of oil exports, an anniversary to celebrate. As part of the celebrations, Sheikh Sultan bin Surur al-Dakhiri, the ruler's representative at Jebel Dana, visited the export terminal. Here, inspectors from the Department of Petroleum measure and record detailed information on the quantities exported. Buhassa celebrated with a visit by Sheikh Mohammed bin Buti, the ruler's representative in the Western region. Part of Buhassa is concerned more with people than with production. The company transferred its training facilities to a brand new center to suit the specialized needs of today's oil industry. It was privileged that Sheikh Mohammed should inaugurate the new training center on this occasion. As a fitting finale to the week of celebrations, Dr. Mana Saeed Al-Ateba, the Minister of Petroleum, received the shareholders' representatives at his residence.
The gravimeter enables us to measure the attraction of the Earth. Inside this watertight bell are some of the most delicate and costly of the instruments. When this bell lands on the seabed, two small motors automatically assure the vertical position of the apparatus. This is the gravimeter's remote control panel. By turning the left knob, the geophysicist gets a direct reading of the acceleration of gravity. With the right knob, he measures the depth of the bell. The readings are carefully recorded. The efficiency of the divers is increased by using self-contained diving gears and foam rubber suits to protect them against cold. The Persian Gulf is infested with sharks, and the water there is often murky. This strange cage provides shelter for our friends should sharks appear. We also use it as a lift. Today, as ever, diving gives us the same thrill. Under a thin layer of sand, we often find rock. This rock is so hard that neither the heavy drop corer nor the pneumatic drill can break it. Searching for the weak parts and using a sharp chisel and a heavy hammer, we manage to extract the required sample. A snake. The sea snakes of the Persian Gulf are dangerous. Their bite is deadly. What use is our cage against them? Oblivious of what is going on under the ship's hull, the hydrographer quietly makes recordings with his sextant.